Hey guys, so today I will be showing you, or attempting to show you, some high ground retakes and tips and tricks on build fights in creative. So if you're 1v1ing your friend, this is a good video to get the advantage on them. At least I hope it is. And I just messed up there. So, to begin with, I'm just going to show you like how to start. So usually an edit like this is a start for a 1v1, but I find it easier to do this edit. And depending where your teammate is, you should probably always put the column on your side so that it doesn't give them a disadvantage. But when you start off your 1v1, you want to try and just immediately crank 290 so you're facing them, because you always want to know where your opponent is. So if they've started ramping up, you've immediately got 3 shots on them. If they're just ramping up straight, just like this, you've already got free reign of just fire on them, which would make them turn their back. Also, high ground is definitely one of the most crucial parts of build fights. So what you want to do is, once you've cranked 290s, you either want to look at them or get above them and then look at them, because then you're above them, so they have to focus on building whilst you can take 3 shots at them. High ground retakes is also a really good thing to know, because if your opposite player, like the person you're fighting, has the high ground, you want to be able to try and get the high ground without taking shots, which would allow you to get the high ground and then take shots at them whilst they're trying to build up. So one of the easiest ones, I feel, is you're ramping up, you look back, you place walls around you and a cone at the top. Oh god. And then you just keep doing this. So you just ramp, flick round, walls, cone. So you just want to turbo build walls like this. Cone. Oh god. Cone. Also another one is just the straight double ramp, but they're able to spray through it. So if they're AR spraying, they will easily be able to take shots at you, which is why it's good to look back at them to see if they're peeking. Also another one, not a high ground retake, is just a way to get easy shots. If you can see them, so if I double ramp one more, if you hold the edit, you can see them through your builds without them knowing. So if they are peeking, you can do a jump shot and take a shot at them whilst they're on high ground, just as free damage, and then as soon as you shoot, you want to try and cover yourself so that they don't get a trade. A more technical one, a bit more difficult, but if you're able to build, you should be able to do this. So whilst you're on, it's probably, most of these are going to be about being on low ground, because you want to be on high ground, and being on high ground is quite easy. You just be over the other opponent. But another easy one, well, I think it's easy, it takes a bit of practice, is you ramp up, place 2 walls like this, so you place one there and one up here. Then a ramp here would be more protective. You don't have to, but make sure you have a cone there. That has to be there. And then you can either another cone and flick around like this, or you can ramp, floor ramp, and then edit your way through, so that you're covered because this ramp's covering you whilst they're on high ground, and you're double ramping essentially, and then you can look for that shot that I talked about earlier, that high ground, low ground shot, sorry. Also another one, it's quite easy once you get it basically down, is a side jump. So you just want to be able to jump around a floor, just jump up. It takes a bit of practice, but once you've done it a few times, it should be easy. You want to be able to do this. You want to be able to you need to be running, and you just jump halfway through this ramp. So I always jump there, and then place a floor, but I didn't then. So you just want to jump, like, if you're going on the right side, I find right side easier. You want to jump at, like, this little screw thing. So I always jump like that. Maybe a bit lower than the screw thing. And yeah, you just want to be able to do a side jump. A more technical side jump, for people that are more confident, is you've got to be running at more of an angle, and then you've got to get above a ramp. Oh god, I did that wrong. Let me try again. Oh my god, I'm messing up the edits. You want to be able to get above a ramp, which allows you to 90 up. But you are more exposed to your opponent, because, like, if, say this side jump, you're able to place a ramp, but, like, there, so that they can't shoot you. But with the other side jump, let me just get in a position where I can do that. You're more exposed to your opponent, so once you do that, you want to be able to flick around like I showed you earlier. This is one of my favorite high ground retakes. This is literally the first one I learned how to do. It works better after a 180. So you 180, flick around, put 2 ramps like that, 2 cones above it, and then you want to be able to edit this mid-run, like that. So you want to edit these 2, because if you edit like that, it's going to break. Oh god. So you want to edit those 2 to make like a ramp shape, and then you want to ramp, floor, ramp, and then edit yourself through. And yeah, that's just one of my favorites, because I've like always known how to do that. With this retake, there is a harder way to do it. If I show you, so you ramp up, floor, ramp for more protection, cone, ramp, and then you jump and attach walls like that. So you want to have all 4 walls like that. But if you miss one out, that's fine. You just have to make sure that this edit is all 4 of those. And then you want to ramp up, and you can double ramp, and then use like the low ground shot, or you can do a double edit if you guys are quick enough at editing. Mouse and keyboard players, more faster at editing. I'm on controller, but I still think my edits are okay. Definitely not faster than keyboard and mouse. But yeah, that's just another harder way. Let me show you in fast. Yeah, see, that's my editing. And yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you. If you edit, oh god, let me show you in a different way. If you edit this wall like this, you will always fall, unless you make sure that you place all 4 walls. So if that wall's not there, you can't do like that edit. You have to do that edit, because this attaches to the walls and the ramp, whereas this only attaches to the ramp, which means the walls will fall. So if you're ramping up like this on someone on high ground, they can easily shoot you. But if you're double ramping, you're covered by your ramps. And another way to make your double ramps stronger is to put a cone above them, like that, and then edit through, and then cone back, so that those are more strong, so that they can't spray through faster. A little bit off topic, but still a good thing to learn, is waterfalling. So you want to be able to turbo build a wall and then a ramp. I use a ramp. You can use floors, but I find it easier to use ramps. So waterfalling, let me just get up. Crank some 90s. 90s are like really useful. You want to be able to like crank 90s like fast. So I'm up. So waterfalling is you've got to drop down floor with walls. So 3 blocks down is where you take full damage. So you want to do like 2 walls and then a ramp, and then you just want to keep falling and then using ramps to catch yourself. I used ramps. You can use cones, you can use floors, but I find it easier to use ramps just because that's how I learned how to do it. And yeah, that's an easy way to do waterfalling. Alright guys, so this is me editing the video. These are some examples of some of the things I showed you at the beginning. This is the 290s at the beginning that always catch your opponent off guard. If they're ramping straight up, you can just give a free ARB. So this next clip is the double edit. This is when you want to catch your opponent off guard by building up and getting the high ground with them thinking you block off. So this one is where I mess up my builds, but practicing those fast 90s, I can manage to get back up to him. Double ramp, cone to make it stronger, and now I crank more 90s to try and get the high ground. I see I've got the high ground, so I immediately look down to try and see where he is. And putting cones everywhere is like really... I know what he's trying to do, so I know before he knows that I know he's going to edit that and trying to get a shot at me, so I just track whatever he does, and I make sure that I get the first shot off. So this is me double ramping and then noticing that he's in my box, so I keep him in my box. I edit those two down. He's not knowing. I take a shot and I get a free elimination because he didn't know that he was in my box. So this clip here is me always watching my opponent, thinking what he's going to do before he does it. I just keep watching him. I see him ramping up, so I put a cone. But he's looking for that 50-50 shot, so I don't edit immediately, and I fake an edit, reset, and then quickly do an edit and take a shot, because he knew I was weak, but I knew he was weak, so I didn't give him the opportunity to shoot me, because I faked him out by doing one edit, and then quickly doing a different one to get a shot on him without him realizing. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want me to do another one, just comment down below on what type of video you want me to do next. And yeah, please hit subscribe and like button.